Welcome to the HTMA Success Practitioners Corner, a special series in which Susan Cachay highlights the incredible work being done by graduates of the HTMA Success Practitioner Training Program.
Hi, everybody. I'm Susan Cachay from HTMA Success Practitioner Training Program, and I'm here with Sena, and she's a graduate of HTMA Success, and just wanted to touch base about how things are going for you. And one of the things that I always like to start up by asking is, how has HTMA shaped your approach to wellness? Because I know that you were working in the wellness field before getting into HTMA. So how has it changed things for you?
Yeah, so I love HTMA and mineral nutritional balancing specifically because it helps me keep my health like top of mind, but in a very grounded and consistent way. So I'm having, quarterly check-ins by getting my HTMA test every few months, and then I'm adapting my supplements and my nutritional approach based on what my body actually needs. And so it feels like a really helpful preventative approach to my health where I just get the visibility, I get these regular check-ins, and I also feel a lot less stress around any kind of physical symptoms that can arise because I know that those are probably healing reactions. My body's using these minerals, using this nutrition, all the lifestyle things I'm doing to support myself. It's actually, these symptoms can be coming up to be healed. So it's like a slow and steady approach to healing and trusting my body, which has just been really grounding for me.
Yeah, and it's so interesting to me how just being able to run an HTMA when a person is, hey, I'm not sure if how my body's responding or what's happening, or if this is a healing reaction or something new's coming up. And so we're able to just really tell so much by doing the retests and to be able to kind of adjust things. I don't know if you found that, but I find that protocols that are not retesting and not kind of checking in with what's happening in the body shifts, right? And so when the body changes, we want to adjust things. And so yeah, it makes such a big difference. And so how have you integrated HTMA into your practice? Like, is it exclusively what you do now, or where are you at?
Yeah, it is really the main offering that I include because I just feel like the test is so valuable. You get so much information and it's also quite accessible cost-wise. So I am in the process of getting a functional nutritionist certification. So I do incorporate nutrition, obviously. But I have a 12-month membership for women. I focus on women's health, and I put together this 12-month membership so that we can do 3 tests in 1 year, and they get one-on-one consults with me. We update their protocols, and then they have monthly support as well, so they can kind of ask questions or connect with other women in the membership. So yeah, it's all around HTMA because I just find it so beneficial.
Fantastic. Wow, that's amazing. I know that there are a number of practitioners now that are doing some group work, and I think that can be really empowering and supportive. And so I'm glad you're taking that approach as well. What do you think is the biggest sort of aha moment or lesson that you've learned in applying HTMA?
Yeah, I think really it's been around the nature of time and how healing takes time. And it's really not a quick fix approach. How long is it taking your body to get to this place? If we're really minerally depleted, if we're holding a lot of toxins, we need to give the body time to kind of unravel and replenish. And that is often a slow and steady approach with nervous systems and our metabolisms. Like it really can require just daily habits, daily consistency in meals, getting grounded in our routines and our lifestyle approaches, and that's not something that's going to change overnight. And so I feel like it's created a lot more spaciousness, because over the past few years since I've been doing this, I've seen so many shifts in my body, in my health. But it's over the span of, months and years. It's not just like a couple weeks or a month or even 3 months. It really does take time for these healing effects to compound.
Exactly. And I always like to tell people that one of the things that happens on this program that's so unique is that we all have metals and toxic minerals that are used in place of the preferred minerals. So part of what this program is doing and part of how it changes the terrain of the body is simply by having an influx of regularly of nutrients, right? Along with the other supports and lifestyle and all of that. But even with that, then the body starts to trust that those nutrients are coming in, and it starts to release those toxic metals and toxic form of minerals that it's been using, right? We talk about ionic mimicry, and that takes time, right? That process takes time, and that just kind of happens over and over as the body is healing on the program. So yeah, that's such a good point in terms of that time and patience and allowing the body that space to be able to do that.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to a practitioner that was just starting working with HTMA?
Yeah, I mean, I think number one is make sure you're doing mineral balancing on yourself. You need to be, that's the best way to know how this feels in your body. You get to learn, even useful kind of practical tips, like how do you organize your own supplements and how do you purchase them, and all these little things.
Yeah.
But then, when I was first starting out, I really just tried to get my eyes on as many tests as possible. So I offered either like free or really discounted consults to friends and family. I just wanted to like see as many tests, because I remember, it might have been Lewis, someone told me that, really you need to see like 100 tests at least before you can
sure.
kind of have a more full understanding of what's really possible as far as the HTMA lab results and how to interpret that. So I would just say, like, just try to get as much data in and as many tests as you can, so you can really start to understand the bigger picture.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a really great point and great place to start for people to get that experience and familiarize themselves with that and with the patterns, because working with the test, there's the case studies in the HTMA success course materials, but I always tell students I'm happy to send more their way if they're interested in more. So yeah, that's a really good tip. So thank you for joining me today. If anybody is interested in the HTMA Success Practitioner Training Program, they can see the description box below. If anybody is interested in getting in touch with Sena, they can also get her information in the description box below. So thanks very much again.
Thanks, Susan.